How are you?
Hi, Bernadette. Good to see you again.
See you.
Thank you for having me back.
Oh, thank you for coming back in. This is going to be a pretty short session. I just wanted to follow up on our session from last week, check in with you and see that everything's fine, and find out if you've had a chance to apply some of those skills that we talked about last week.
Well, as a matter of fact, on 2 occasions, I've been back to school.
Yeah.
And met with the principal. Do you know that I guess you do know that at the end of every workday, we have to present a work log.
Sure, yeah.
Right. And tells exactly what we've done in detail,
Yes.
but not evaluative.
No,
Just tells you which teachers you worked
Sure.
with and what you did.
Yeah.
And she was looking at the paper, and I actually had in my mind to not talk first.
Oh, very good. Excellent.
I remembered when we did our role play
Yes.
that it was much more successful when the principal had a chance to do more of the talking.
Absolutely.
And I could do more of the listening.
Sure.
And that's exactly what happened.
Wow, that's great.
It
That's great.
was.
How did that feel? Was it a bit awkward not jumping in and doing the talking?
I had to sit on my hands a bit, I must say. But the truth is, I probably learned more about her this way.
Yeah.
Although she didn't quite hit the mark every time, but
No.
you know,
This is how
it's
it
a
is.
process.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
that's really good to hear that you've had a chance to apply some of what we discussed, and what from the, I'd be interested to know what from the training sort of still sticks with you. What have you held on to, or what did you find useful?
Well, I thought the role play was the most useful.
That's
I mean,
good. Yeah.
I'm not used to being in the hot seat,
No.
so it was memorable for me. But I think getting a taste of what it's like to be on the other side of the conversation
Sure.
was a very important
That's really good to
learning
know.
for me.
Yeah.
So you know I had another job interview.
Yes, I wanted to ask you how that went, and were you able to apply some of the actions from the role play into your real life interview?
I did, and I tried,
Yeah.
and she seemed to really like me, and
Oh,
I think
good.
she was impressed with my credentials.
Yes,
but
of course.
of course, she said, she was experiencing some budgetary issues.
Oh, right.
And she was thinking that she would let me know after she got her registers back
Oh,
for
okay.
her
Yeah, that
her
happens.
special needs children, and
Yeah.
see if she had enough
Okay.
funds.
So sort of wait
But
and
I'm
see.
sure the interview itself went really
That's
well.
great. And did you, by any chance, think about some questions before you went in there? Did you think about some questions you wanted to ask her so that you weren't doing all the talking and that you were letting her speak?
I did.
You did?
I did.
That's
I
great.
actually wrote myself a couple of
Oh,
notes, and I
excellent.
did, of course, as I do, I did my homework and
Good for you,
my
yeah.
due diligence, and I
Yes,
knew
of course.
everything, and
Yeah.
And of course, she whitewashed a few things, but
Right,
yeah,
this happens.
it happens,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
They're proud of their schools.
Yes. Oh, that's really good to hear. I'm
Yeah,
really
but-
happy to hear that you. And the trick is then to keep applying that, because it's easy to go back into your old habits, and just to keep that in mind when you are interacting with the leaders and the teachers too in the schools.
Well, I'll tell you, you gave me 2 articles to
I
read.
wanted to
and-
ask you about that. Yeah.
All right, and I didn't get a chance to read the one. But this one I brought back with me because I thought you'd want to review step by step how
Yeah, and which
it's
one
almost
did you
like
read?
our rubric.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And
Making
so,
a great
the
first impression.
Yeah.
Right.
And you found something useful in there?
Well, it was very validating.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm always on
Yes,
time, if
yeah.
not early.
Sure. Yeah.
And
punctuality is not an issue.
Never. And be yourself. Well, who else am I going to be? Right? And then present yourself appropriately. Well,
Absolutely. Yes.
Mm.
Always well presented.
Grooming is never
definitely.
an
Yeah.
issue.
And all of these things really, like being open and confident, using the right body language.
Mm.
The one thing I'd like to highlight here is how you feel about this one. Small talk goes a long way, because you don't strike me as somebody who is into small talk too much. That you probably are quite direct and you like to get down to business. Would you agree?
Well, you know what I always say, it's always about the purpose.
Yes.
So having a lot of blah, blah, blah about Happy New Year and what did you do on the holidays with a total stranger seemed a little bit pointless, but
But
I hung in there.
did you?
I
Yeah.
did, and
Yeah.
I told her what I did over the holidays.
Oh, very
I
good.
did, and
Yeah.
I listened to her whole story,
Yeah,
and then we got
that's
down to
great.
business and talked about the work, and then unfortunately she had the budget issue,
Yeah.
but
But you know, that's really good to hear because, you know, as in life, you meet all sorts of different principals when you're going for that important initial meeting. And some principals do just want to get down to business, and that'll be easy for you because your style matches. But sometimes you'll find that people can want to ease into it more gently, and they actually can find it a little bit abrupt if you suddenly get into the business too quickly. So that's really great to hear that you kept that in mind and you tried to do a bit of small talk and match this
I
style.
did. I was very conscious of this, and I'm going to let this article be my guide.
Well,
It
that's
just
great.
keeps things in mind.
Yeah,
what I need
sure.
to keep in mind.
Well, look, this is all really good. I'm happy with what we've covered. I hope that you've also got a few tips out of it to just enhance your skills in
Yeah, well,
in the
I
new
feel
role.
like I did because at every stage in your career, it's good to get some awareness and perception of how others see you,
Sure.
and brings you up to date.
Yeah, that's great. Well, look, that's all for this particular session. You know, I'm really happy that you've been able to apply.
Oh, have I
a great
graduated?
deal. You've
Yeah.
graduated.
Thank you.
But please, if you have any other
Did I get
questions
an
that
A?
you want to A+, absolutely A+, of course. Yeah, but if you ever have any questions or you just even want some advice or, you know, to run something by me, I'm always available. And if you
Got your
wouldn't
number
mind,
right in
you
here.
got my number, that's great. And if you wouldn't mind just signing off here, we'll make sure that you get paid for your training sessions, and also it just says what we've covered and in the training. Thank you. That's great.
Here you
All
are.
right, thank you so much, Olga.
It's lovely.
Yeah, all
Hope
the
to see you
best.
again
Keep in
sometime,
touch.
Bernadette. Thank you.